Maratib al Mudood, which is levels of Mudood. Alright, levels of Mudood. Maratib al Mudood. So we've learned a whole bunch of Mudood, and there are different levels. Do you remember when we did levels of Tafkhim? We talked a lot about that. Well, there's levels of Mudood as well. So I'm hoping you guys can really see this well. Alright. They have, based on their strength, so this would be the strongest. Going down is what I'm going to be writing it as. What do you think the strongest is? It would be something with lengthening of 6, right? Which will be mad lazim. Mad lazim, which is compulsory. And that is why, of course, it is going to be right on top. Then you are going to have something that is that, okay? But out of all of those that we've learned, we need to go with what is wajib first. So, mad wajib muttasil. Alright, and that is going to be wajib is required, right? Or obligatory. Alright, actually let's just write obligatory. Wajib, I think that goes better. Okay. Obligatory. Then the next one will also be one. Well, you would think, right, that the next one's going to be, you might think, oh, well, we've got mad lazim, mad jaiz muttasil. Next one must be mad jaiz munfasil, right? No. The next one is going to be, believe it or not, one of these. Mad arid lissukun, right? Which is the basically presented sukun is what it's called in English. Okay, there we go. Presented sukun. Okay. I want to explain to you why you will have mad arid lissukun before mad al munfasil. Okay? And basically, mad arid lissukun is stronger in lean. Okay, so if you're looking at it's already higher up than lean, so we know it's going to be stronger than lean. Remember, lean was the other one that was 2, 4, or 6, and this was 2, 4, or 6. And the reason that it's stronger than lean is because lean, when you are continuing recitation, you are not going to be pronouncing the mad. You're only going to pronounce the mad like Quraysh, Qurayshi, like لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف. The mad goes away. But if you stop on لإيلاف قريش, right, then you have mad lean. However, with mad arid للسكون, you are going to have it stronger because it is always a mad letter anyway, right? So it's always like قل أعوذ برب الناس. Even if you stop, you still have the mad asli, right? Nas. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس. You can choose to pull it up to 6 times if you're stopping and it's Maratib al Sukun. So either way with Maratib al Sukun, you're going to have at least Mad Asli there. With Quraysh, if you are continuing Qurayshi and you're going on, you don't have a Mad at all. So that's why Maratib al Sukun is stronger than Madleen. And that's why Madleen must be equal or less than Arid in the stretch. But why is Madarid stronger? Why do we have it higher here than Mad Jaiz Munfasil? And the reason for that is that with Mad Jaiz Munfasil, you only have the 4 or 5, but the key is this word jaiz. Jaiz means allowable, right? Some scholars say it can be pulled up to 6, yes, but we're talking about Hafs and Asim, and Hafs and Asim says you can only pull it 4 or 5. And so what happens with Mad Jaiz Munfasil is that it is, the way it is explained is that it is allowed lengthening, right? Separated allowed lengthening. So because it's allowed, right, not all scholars agree on it, whereas this one is wajib and arid al-sukun is also like agreed upon, right? Even though it doesn't say wajib, but it even has a longer lengthening. So that's why Mad Jaiz Munfasil comes below it. So we're going to say Mad Jaiz Munfasil is called separated allowed lengthening. Allowed lengthening. Okay? Allowed lengthening. Alright. So we have Mad Lazim, Mad Wajib Muttasil, Mad Arid al-Sukun, Mad Jaiz Munfasil, and after Mad Jaiz Munfasil, the last one we're going to have, because we're only going to have I know we have 9 types of Mudood. Is we're going to say Madleen, which we also know is 2, 4, or 6. Madleen. Okay? And Madleen, sorry, not Madleen. We're going to say Mad Badal is the Mad Badal, which is the exchange lengthening. Okay. Why are the other ones not included? I don't know. It's something I need to look into. This is exactly how we were taught about the levels of Mudood, the Maratib al Mudood, where you start with Mad Lazim, then you have Mad Wajib Muttasil, then you have Mad Arid al-Sukun, and then you have Mad Jaiz Munfasil, and then you have Mad Badal, which is 2. If you look at the numbers, it's easy to tell the answer to why the other ones are missing. You know, we have basically Mad Iwad, Lean, right? Why are those missing? I cannot say. I will definitely have to look into that though. Now, when we know all these different types of Mudood, right? Then if we see words that have more than one mad acting on the same letter, what do? That's when we go to this chart and we say, okay, which is the stronger of the Mudood? That's the one that we are going to apply on the word, because you always want to apply the stronger mad on the word, and that's why this is important. That's why it's important to know, because otherwise we already learned all the Mudood. We already know how long everything is stretched, right? So what's the big deal? Why do we have to categorize it? That's the reason. We need to categorize it because we always have to know which is the stronger mud, because that's the one that will act on a letter that is being acted upon by more than one mud. For example, let me give you a couple of examples of words that are acted on by more than one mud. And then, after this lesson, we can go beyond Mudood to other lessons. Okay, so for example, if you have the word okay, we already know that this is a mad letter, me, right? We've got the madya because it is preceded by a mashaddad al-kasra. And then we can see a sukoon. So we're going to say we're going to stop here and we're going to call this one arid lis-sukoon. Okay. And so this is one of the mud letters. We can see that it's a mud letter. Okay, this is one of the mud letters. Is this a mud letter? Yes, it is. What kind of mud is this one? Let's just look at this one first. So this mud letter, does it have another one acting before it? No, it doesn't have another rule of mud acting before it. So we know that the only one that will act on this ya right there is arid lis-sukoon. So as far as that, we'll pull it. We can do 2, 4, or 6, right? I chose to do 4. Now, here's another one. We see another mud letter here, right? This one looks like it's being acted on by 2 different rules. For example, you have a hamza before. Is this one of those words from the 3-word list that we learned where there's questions? No, that was Allah, al-dhakaran, and al-an. So it's none of those. There's no questioning happening here. So we don't need to worry about mad al-firq, right? So it's not one of those. What else is it? If there's a hamza before, if it's a hamza before, then you're going to have, this is a mad badal. Remember, mad badal is where the hamza comes before the mad letter. Is there anything happening after it? Well, there's a mashaddad al-letter. Mashaddad al-letter. Remember what that means? If you have a mad followed by a shadda, then you have a mad lazim. So this is a mad lazim. Is it harfi or kalimi? It's kalimi, obviously. It's in a word. Kalimi. Is it muthaqqal or mukhaffaf? It's going to be heavy, right? Shadda. So muthaqqal. Muthaqqal. So that's what this is. This is a mad lazim kalimi muthaqqal. And so now you have this, which would pull it 6, and this, which would pull it twice. Which one are we going to do? We are going to act this upon the alif. And so this one can be 2, 4, 6. Okay? So we're going to say Alright? I chose to pull it 6 times that time. So now we know that when you have 2 acting on it, that's what happens. Let me give you another example, because these are fun. And that's how we can keep on our toes with the different types of mudood strength. Okay, here's another one. Okay, I hope you can see my writing. I know I tend to tilt downward as I'm writing these. Okay, there we go. Is this a mad letter? Nope, nope, nope. Is this a mad letter? Yep, that one is. Is this a mad letter? No, this is only a seat for the hamza. Hamza can come either on its own, on an alif, on a wow or on a ya. That's what hamzas do. So that has a hamza on it. So it's not a wow anymore. It's a seat for a hamza. Alright, so this is the only mad letter. Let's see what's acting on it. We have this before it, which we saw is mad badal, which will be a times 2. There's a hamza after it. What is the rule if you have a mad letter followed by a hamza? If you have a mad letter followed by hamza and it's in the same word, then you have a mad wajib muttasil, which is a times 6. So this one wins and this one goes, and you're going to say bura'u. Okay, let's do another example. These are fun. This is where the application comes in, right? All right. This is a very common word. As-sama, right? We know this word. This means sky, the sky. All right. We just see one mad letter possibly right there. Okay. So what's acting on it? Well, there's a hamza at the end. So that means mad wajib muttasil, right? Because it's in the same word. So this is going to be wajib muttasil, and that means times 6. So far we've got a big number right there. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh dear. I think even in the last one I made a mistake. Mad wajib muttasil. You guys, I was going to say you guys need to correct me, but obviously this is not a live class. So mad wajib muttasil is times 5. 4 times 4. Right. Okay. So mad wajib muttasil is times 4 or times 5. So we have mad wajib muttasil times 4 or 5. And do we have anything else? Yeah, sure. We can say that this one is mad asli, right? Mad tabi'i. Mad tabi'i, which is times 2. Okay, now if we were to stop on this word though, right? Remember, if we were to stop on this word, we have an arid lis-sukun. Arid lis-sukun. Because it has a mad letter followed by a sukun letter that's a presented sukun because we decided to stop on the letter. And mad arid lis-sukun can be times 2 times 4 or times 6. So which one wins out? Not this one. This one right here is the one that's going to win out. So we can pull it up to 6. But if we decide not to pull it up to 6, then can we just pull it 2? No, sorry. You have to choose the highest number. So you're going to have to do, you can either do 5 or a 6, okay? Since there is an option here, but this is the highest number, so you're going to say sama, right? But you can't go with a 2 because that's not even this category, right? So this one would be out completely. Then you have a 4 and a 6 here and a 4 and a 5 here. So since this is optional, which one you choose, you'd have to go with a lengthening of a 4, 5, or 6 for sama. All right, and then I think those are pretty good examples. So these are really to help you to try and figure out which Mudood. And in this case, we know arid lis-sukun was above wajib muttasil. wajib muttasil was above arid lissukun, so that's why we can take the 5 or the 6 in these cases, because we know that this one is above this one and that you have an option, so you could do 4, 5, or 6. So that's why these are important to know, and it's important to know that lazim is compulsory, wajib is obligatory, and jaiz is allowable. Because those terminologies also help us to understand the whole picture as well of how we're going to be applying these mudud onto the words. Hopefully this was helpful. Inshallah, I look forward to seeing you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.